Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and this is episode 7 of Chucky. This episode is entitled Twice the Grieving, Double the Loss, and this is the second to last episode, the penultimate episode of the season. Next week is the finale, and wow. What an episode. Each and every episode kind of raises the stakes. It doesn't hold back each and every week. Like, I'm never disappointed with where we end off with all of these episodes. I've been saying, or I have said, that I hope that we get a season 2 of Chucky, that I'd much rather see another season, have this show continue on instead of doing more sequel movies, direct to DVD movies. I'm really enjoying this Chucky format, but honestly, given where we are in the story, given the amount of characters that they've killed off so far, I'm not so sure that a season 2 is a part of the plans. Let's jump right into the beginning. We see the wake of Junior's mother. And of course, it's a very sad moment. You have the pictures and whatnot. And the group, our trio, are outside because Devin shows up. I was almost wondering, like, who's taking care of Devin? Eventually he talks about how he's going to go stay with his aunt for like a few days, but ultimately he's probably gonna go to a foster home, which is sad as fuck. We don't know the story on what happened to his father. I know some people had the theory that maybe Tyler from Child's Play 3, that black kid, that maybe he's Devin's father, but it doesn't seem like they're referencing that or going towards that. Maybe that would be too convenient. Who knows? And Devin suggests that, hey, maybe the three of us should not stick together because look how many people are fucking dying every time the three of us try to come up with a plan or do something. And he's right. It's sad, but it's true. None of their plans have worked. Chucky has outsmarted them or somehow survived everything that they've tried. Junior sees them talking and gets angry. He punches Jake in the face. Of course, he thinks that this is all Jake's fault. I'm not so necessarily sure that he's not wrong. Because, look, I like Jake. I do. I feel for him. I'm along this journey with him. But he did bring Chucky into everyone's life, right? And he didn't stop Chucky earlier to prevent all this from happening. Again, Jake's young. He was going through some effed up stuff, bullying and his father dying, so I'm not going to put all of this on him. But I do feel bad for Junior in a lot of ways. We see Tiffany, or Jennifer Tilly, because Tiffany is possessing the body of Jennifer Tilly. She randomly shows up to this wake and randomly kisses Devin Sawa on the mouth in front of everyone. And I'm like, what the hell is Tiffany doing? Like, why is she doing this? Why is she here? How did she even know about the mother dying? I know she's in contact with the Chucky that's possessing Nika, but that's not the same Chucky that the doll that these characters are dealing with. I don't know. Are they just all the same personality? Whereas, even though it's different bodies, it's the same Chucky, so maybe she does know what the doll has been up to? I don't know. Especially later on, there's a moment where Chucky brings up, hey, the lady at the wake. He wants to know more information about her. He wants to know, what her deal is. So maybe it's not connected. Maybe some of these Chucky dolls are out doing their own things, which would be quite interesting. And then Devin, like I said, he wants to leave. You see him at his house packing his stuff up. He says that instead of the whole foster home stuff, I'm just going to take off. And that kind of gives Jake the idea to pack his stuff, steals some money from poor, passed out, drunk Devon Sawa on the couch. He steals everything from his wallet. I mean, I'm sure Devon Sawa has something in the bank, but it's just like, what if that's all the cash he had? Right then and there, Jake didn't give a fuck. He took it, he bounced, he had a backpack with him. And before we go any further, though, we see Chucky talking to Junior. And this was kind of a big deal. I wish I had a little bit more of Junior's reaction to Chucky being alive, because Lexi tried to tell him this, and he didn't believe her. Now, I know he's in a sad state. I know he's in a depressed state. And I know he's filled with this anger towards his father. Now he thinks his father is cheating or was cheating on his mother. He's upset because maybe he thinks his mother gave up on him and he feels alone. He thinks Lexi gave up on him. He thinks Jake is... So he's feeling very down. And so I get that Chucky being the attentive... He's acting like he's there for him. I get how appealing that could be, but I would like a moment for Jake to be like, wait a minute, so Lexi was telling the truth? I was being a dick to her for no reason? Holy shit. Wait a minute. Lexi told me that you killed a bunch of people, Chucky. Fuck. That has to be legit. But again, Junior is in his own place right here, right now. Lexi's mom is an asshole. I just want to get that out of the way. There was a quick scene where I think she's the mayor of the town, right? And she's holding some type of conference, and it's almost like she truly doesn't give a fuck about the Devon's mother who was killed. Somebody even asked about how the teacher was arrested, like maybe they had the wrong person. She didn't even address it. I'm like, yeah, what about that teacher, that innocent poor teacher who's locked up? And you know, like, how long are they going to keep her? How long can they keep her? Where's her lawyer? Are we ever going to get a resolution to that? Is she Chucky's son slash daughter slash Glenda, whatever the hell? Maybe we'll find out next week. And we get a quick moment where Lexi's sister, Caroline, says something out loud to the press about how Chucky told her to kill everyone. Kill for me! Definitely a Freddy Krueger reference from Freddy's Revenge, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, but Chucky is now doing this. The actress that plays Lexi's younger sister, Caroline, not that great of an actress. I know she's young. I know she's a little girl. I'm not going to criticize and say anything too harsh about it. It's just, I guess I was watching her deliver the lines of like, Chucky told me to kill everyone. Just, it made me appreciate other child actors that have been in horror movies like McKenna Grace or Joey King, or just other girls who like were in the Conjuring movies that I just was like, wow, they could probably sell that a lot better than poor Caroline over here. Lexi did have a nice moment later on when she's talking to Jake, and she tells Jake that, hey, we're your family. Like me, Devin. And that was nice because she was in a point where she felt pushed aside by her parents, by her family. She felt alone. And her and Jake had a really nice bonding moment in this episode. But as I mentioned, Jake, he was taken off. He was going towards the train or bus station, wherever he was going. I don't know what his plan was or what he was going to do, but he just so happened to bump into a guy who had a Chucky doll, and he was going to go deliver it. Jake offers money to this guy. I thought, just steal it, dude. Kick this guy in the balls and just take the doll. Of course, he gives all of the money that he stole from Devon Sawa. He gives to this delivery guy, and this doll isn't possessed, at least as far as he could tell. So he takes it. Him and Lexi realize that the address that this doll was going to, it was Charles Lee Ray's old home. And they figure out that Devon ended up going to Charles Lee Ray's old house, and we see Devon go to the house. He hears Nika screaming for help. He goes there, he unties her. We think that, oh, maybe Nika and the crew are going to work together, figure something out. But of course, I'm not Nika. It's Chucky. It was Chucky pretending to be Nika. It's kind of creepy how Chucky as Nika can make his voice sound like Nika, but it's really him. It's very bizarre how all of this works. And the way how Fiona Durf plays up the Chucky laugh, but inside her body, it's creepy. It's eerie. The moment when she says, I'm Chucky, and she takes Devin hostage, you have that. But the big scene of the episode, right? The big moment, the biggest takeaway, probably the most memorable moment of the episode was you had drunk Devon Sawa, who, look, he's not nearly as bad as his brother, Jake's father, who, when he got drunk, he was angry and violent and homophobic and just an asshole, right? You didn't feel bad when that guy died. Where Devon Sawa, Junior's father, he's a drunk, yeah, or he's drinking at this point because he's depressed, but he wasn't angry towards the kids. Maybe not as responsible, but man, talk about how much this guy's grieving. I felt like he was handling it fairly well for it just happening. He also believes that his wife killed herself, and he might be feeling some guilt towards that, or some anger, some resentment. Who really knows? But he goes and he hears voices behind Junior's door. He opens it. It was clearly Junior talking with Chucky. And I love how the two of them stop talking as soon as the door opened. And even Chucky looking over, right? And then when Devon Sawa starts to talk, Chucky turns his head all the way around, Exorcist style. And this creeped me out, I will admit. Because Chucky obviously talks in the doll's voice. And he says, hi, I'm Chucky. Want to play? Or, hidey ho, ha ha ha. And then Chucky starts talking to Devon Sawa in the doll voice. Talking about, wow, you're a drunk. Just like your brother. The two of you are the same. What's the difference? But he's talking in the doll's voice. That creeped me out. Him talking as the doll. That creeped me out more than when Chucky himself talks. I don't know why, but I just wasn't really expecting it. I almost forgot or didn't realize that Chucky could do that. He could make the doll say other things that he's not programmed to say. And Devon Sawa, luckily he was drunk, so he probably wasn't freaking out as much as he normally would if he was coherent. He was more just confused on how the fuck this is happening. This is the moment where I said that Chucky asked about Tiffany. And so it seemed like this Chucky doll doesn't know what Tiffany's up to and what she's doing. I might be wrong. Who knows? Tiffany clearly has her own idea going on. Right before this, before I get too far, Tiffany did show up at the house with some Swedish meatballs, and she insinuated that her and the father had something going on. Again, I don't know why she's doing this. It could be something that her and Chucky secretly are plotting to further Junior's reason to want to kill. Kill for me! And because Chucky earlier told him to not only kill the father, but to kill Lexi, to kill Jake. And Junior at first was like, I don't know if I can do it. And Chucky was like, don't be a pussy, just do it. And so now, with a little incentive, after Devon Sawa says, no, your mother killed herself because she's weak, just like you little bitch. He didn't say that last part, but that's definitely the tone he was giving off. So Junior said, fuck you, and starts, well, he didn't say that. I'm completely rewriting the scene, but he does take the Chucky doll and start whacking Devon Sawa in the head and kills him. Bludgeons him to death with the doll. I loved how this was shot. The way how not only was it up above, and you see Devon Sawa with a pool of blood over his face as Junior is slamming the doll's head into Devon Sawa's head, but even the camera being on the doll as it goes up and then down, and it was very creative, and it was sad to see Devon Sawa go. I obviously like that actor, and I've now seen him die twice, in this show. So there you go. We killed like all of the parents. Besides Lexi's fucking mom, who deserved to die, god damn it, that fucking bitch. But Junior has lost all of his parents. He's definitely going to be a foster kid, an emo killer foster kid. Jake lost his parents, and Devin has lost his parents. So all of these kids are orphans now. That's why I'm not so sure about a season 2, because what would a season 2 look like without any of them having parents? Without, you know what I mean? Like, maybe we'd have to get new characters, or I don't know. But that was crazy. I'm not shocked that Junior killed his father. I'm just surprised that it happened in the very next episode. And earlier, I guess before I get to the very last scene, I should mention that Andy and Kyle were driving. They made it to a gas station, and Andy ends up leaving Kyle there. And I guess it's because he didn't want her endangered or didn't want her to get hurt. It just sucked that, like, he left Kyle in the middle of nowhere. Like, where the fuck were they? How? And it was so late at night, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, probably. How the fuck is she gonna get anywhere? She's by herself? That's fucking dangerous, dude. I get the reasoning that he didn't want her to get killed by Chucky or whatever, but she could be killed in so many other ways now that she's left there by herself. At least, I don't know, leave her at a hotel or leave her somewhere to where she might be okay. But Andy, at the very end, shows up to the address, and Chucky made it seem like him and Junior maybe have plans. Maybe they're going to take down Andy. I don't know. Is this show going to kill Andy? I'd be surprised. But hey, Andy's older. He's not really the central focus anymore. That would be pretty trippy. And before I get to the very, very, very last thing, throughout the episode, we saw flashbacks, just like we have pretty much every episode, where it's 1988. Charles Lee Ray and Tiffany have moved into this apartment. I don't know. I was trying to figure out if they killed the people who really lived there and they're just taking over, or if that was the pizza delivery person that we saw the dead body of. Either way, I wanted pizza. And eventually we get to a point where Tiffany comes home grocery shopping, and at first you hear like groans and what sounded like moaning in the bedroom, and I thought she was going to find Charles cheating on her, fucking some other chick. But of course, no, he's in the room, Charles is in the room, killing another woman by himself, and that's what pisses Tiffany off. I kind of like that their relationship is so fucked up. She's not upset that he's killing someone. She's upset that he's killing someone without her. Killing people is something that we're supposed to do together. It's such a fucked up relationship. And I loved, especially now knowing that this is Brad Dourif's daughter playing him younger, seeing him just be like, Tiffany, I can't deal with this shit. I'm going to bounce. Now, because it's 1988, is him leaving the house, is that when he gets killed by Chris Sarandon in the beginning of Child's Play? I don't know. Maybe next week there'll be more, and then it leads up to that, or maybe this is the end of the flashbacks. Maybe we just saw the last moment. They got into a fight, Charles bounced, and then got killed. And then, so obviously she doesn't see him again until Bride of Chucky as a doll. Who knows where they go with it. And let me see if there's anything else. Okay. So the very last thing is we see that Devin is tied up, and he wakes up and sees hundreds. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it looked like a shitload of Chucky dolls who were all moving and aware. And Chucky, like, look, I know it's voodoo shit, and so I'm not going to begin to act like I know everything that voodoo is capable of doing, even though, like, who believes in that? Maybe people do believe in voodoo. I don't know. But the point is that so many dolls are awake. Like, that's a lot for one soul to stretch out over I don't know, that many dolls. It seems impractical, but I guess it's possible. The initial premise of Chucky is so whacked out and crazy on its own that okay, fine, I should just go along with this. Uh, it's crazy to think about as far as what the plan is, what the idea is, and where we're gonna go next. I cannot wait for this finale, but it's bittersweet because I don't want to see this show go. I don't want to be without this show. 8 episodes is very short, and it's gonna leave a big hole in my Tuesday nights from that point on. So, guys, let me know in the comments below what did you think of episode 7 of Chucky. I may or may not do a live stream reaction and discussion for the finale next week. I don't know. I guess I'll decide that and let you guys know. If I don't do the live stream, maybe I'll just do a straight up review like I have been doing. How about you guys? Let me know in the comments below. What would you rather see? A live stream or a regular video review? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!